Hello, everyone. Atrum and Jon, back again for
Hello.
things. Right. Um, More modern cube right now because it's still going on for another week. So I'm gonna push the heck out of this and get as much as I can. Um. Okay. Just looking at this pack, John. What is your first gut choice on pick?
Teferi Time Rattler.
I agree, 100%. That was my first, just looking at it. It was just snap. My mind was like, snap pick to fairy, snap pick to fairy, snap pick to fairy.
The card's really dumb.
The card is absurd. And looking at this, I'd say Spellqueller or Gideon. I could see either.
Yeah. Actually, I think Gideon is very strong.
He is, as long as you don't turn him into a creature.
Why would you ever do that?
Only in emergency situations. But
Yeah. He's got 2 abilities, not 3.
yeah. As long as you treat him as having 2 abilities, you're just fine. Do we just take Narset and go mono walkers here?
Could be Narset, yeah. Coalition Relic's very
Coalition Relic's very good. Restoration Angel has its uses. Muldrifter, Condescend. There's a lot of good cards. We'd be looking to wheel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one of 6 cards. I think Narset's
the
fine.
cards that are wheel are Doomfall, the stupid white card, and then Manic.
Yeah, we'll probably get Blessed Alliance back. We may get I don't think we'll get Colonnade. I'm trying to think if there's any of the other. We may get Resto Angel, but that's iffy. Now this is probably one of my favorite Nissas.
Mm-hmm.
I could see us taking Careful Consideration though.
Yeah.
Or just Batterskull, because it's freaking Batterskull and it's a late game good win con.
Mm-hmm.
But so I could see 1, 2. If the thing is, if you're gonna enter the splash, you actually want to grab the breeding pool here,
Which is not going to happen.
which isn't gonna happen. So I'd say you want one of these 2 cards then.
Yeah. And I think in this cube, you're more likely to be Jessica and
Yeah. So I'm gonna take
Bant
the.
anyways, right?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Careful Consideration here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is a reason to go Bant, even though we already just basically decided against it, which is kind of funny. But I think you just play it safe and grab one of these 2, probably.
How do you feel about Thassa?
If you're playing the blue heavy, like a much heavier blue version of this build, it could be good.
I
Thassa,
don't really like Mana Tide that much.
yeah, I get blown out by it, and people get blown out by it so much. It's surprising.
But you're playing blue, there's already all the other good blue counter spells.
True,
Are you really going to be playing Mana Tide? Maybe.
maybe.
Terramorphic I could see.
Let's just take the Terramorphic Expanse. Play it safe.
Sure.
Ooh! Yay! Monastery Mentor! Yay!
Okay.
I'm sorry! It is my favorite card! I'm going to play with it. Plus, it's really late, honestly. And, oh, well, there's your potential reason to go with Jeskai. Also randomly reset your walkers, which is nice.
Yeah, let's take it and see if we can spike
Saheeli.
this and
Yeah. It's a sideboard card?
sure.
Yeah.
I don't know when you'd ever bring it in.
Probably versus like the red aggro because it can swing and gain 4 life randomly. It basically says gain 4 life every 2 turns. You'd bring it in versus the red aggro, and that's about it.
It's a block.
Well, depending on the situation, it's block, and then or if you have some other way to stabilize the board, it can swing and gain life.
Block and or not block. Okay, now as much as I hate Champion,
Is this a Champion of Wits deck? Possibly.
this could be the deck where it's good. Flicker Wisp is always like pretty good.
Flicker Wisp is better in the more aggressive builds. Deckenstone's not bad though.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a solid removal spell in this, and it randomly hoses tokens. Could be a champion. I'm gonna go with the Deckenstone.
Okay.
Mainly because we have the Mentor. That's the reason I'm going with the deck and stone. In this case, I think you just take the Sorcerer's Spyglass, right?
Yeah. Played against unbeatable cards like Ugin.
Condescend Wield, which is amazing to me,
Yeah.
and I'm
Snap
picking that. I figured there was a chance one of the cards would wield just because you don't want... Not everyone's going to jump into a blue deck. Like, there's some people who just won't play a blue deck, but...
Yeah, those guys are crazy. Should we take Field of Ruin?
I was going to suggest it, actually. It randomly could fix us into Saheeli colors if we need to.
Yeah.
Also, just destroying all the freaking Gavanese and Kessig Wolf runs and all the man lands and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, every deck has a man land.
Except for ours, because we passed on Coalition Relic. And we get the Thassa anyways. Problem solved. What did we take over Thassa?
It was...
Terramorphic Expanse.
Terramorphic.
Yes.
It's probably still the pick.
Right.
Bad sword.
Bad sword. Bad sword is the worst sword. I like Elspeth. I like Orzhov's Signet. I like Compulsive Research. I actually also like Scarab God. Like, if you're gonna splash black, Scarab God's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not quite Wallet Slayer's fine too.
It's better than Wallet Slayer, right?
Conditionally, because Wallet Slayer is actually pro dragon, which is actually kind of relevant on occasion.
Right.
So I'd say our picks are actually just one of this nice 5 right here. I mean, Blade Splicer and Dungeon Guys are fine, but it's really... Do you want just like the random ramp card, which is fine? Or do you want like more power cards? Do you want more card draw? And you have 15 seconds. What do you think, John?
I like just a Signet, honestly.
Signet is. Salumgar is interesting. I think I just want the Censor, though, honestly.
Sure.
It's just a nice, safe little card that can be cycled. Doesn't require us to splash. Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
There's a Pestermite. There's also Conscripts, Threads. This guy's actually surprised me on how good it can be.
Yeah, it can be a blowout, and then sometimes it just does nothing.
Right. Sometimes it's just a 2-1 lifelink or a 2-2 because you never flip it. Pestermite, maybe?
Sure, yeah, we can take Pester.
See what the heck happens here. Alright, so we actually have 3 options here. I'm just going to say, anytime you play Elshnorn, you win the game. This is a true fact. If you have not figured this out yet, you have not played Elshnorn before. Or played against Elshnorn before. Anytime you play Elshnorn, you win the game. Other options are Baral or Negate, which I'd rank Negate over Baral.
Well, I like to win games.
I like to win games too. Let's just win games. When in doubt, choose to win the game, people.
Yeah, when in doubt, throw money at your opponent. I think Elshnorn.
Is it still money? It was money at one point, but I don't know.
Well, it depends. The Super Phyrexian foil, version is $1 million.
Well, we have Sun Titan or Sword Temptation here. Both are really good. This is a good sword. I don't know that we're a sword deck.
We're definitely not.
Yeah, so I'd say one of these two.
Mm-hmm.
Which point, my thought is Sower.
Yeah, it seems fine. The approach of the second Sun wheeling might be a good sideboard option.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take Temporal Mastery here.
Yep.
Because you can always play it. And randomly, sometimes you can spike it with an opt and just feel like the king.
The Burger King?
No, actually real king, not the Burger King. This Venser is my 3rd favorite card. So, top favorite, other Venser is my 2nd favorite. This is my 3rd favorite card in all of Magic.
We never get to play him with my favorite card.
Goblin Guide?
Evil Eye of Worms by Gorg.
That doesn't count. That card doesn't exist in like any format.
I know.
For a reason. Well, we can take
Oh.
Wallet Slayer 2.0.
Yeah, all these cards wield.
Yeah.
So, I like Wild Slayer.
It's Wallet Slayer 2.0 because you can't just give it the title Wallet Slayer. Wallet Slayer exists, and I think we passed on it, if I recall. I might just put this over here. What?
Dragon Slayer, I guess.
Sure. There's lots of options if we had done this little like light blue splash, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't really matter. It's not like we're
Is there a
doing it.
reason to?
No, light black splash, and no, there's no reason to. We're still kind of hoping maybe just to spike Saheeli and just throw Saheeli in here as an extra we win card,
Oh yeah.
because I think even if that's our only red card, I would splash it, just because sometimes you just auto win and well you auto win.
Right.
And your opponent just cries. And it feels really good. Well, I see a card that I like. Actually, I see two cards I like, but I think I like the other card better than the second card. Can you guess what those two cards are?
Fact or Fiction, you lose, and Teferi, I think.
No, actually, my thing was Fact, then Demir Signet, then Teferi.
Oh, sure.
But Fact or Fiction, you also Elspeth. I didn't even see the Elspeth until I just looked. But
we already won.
right, because you win with Fact or Fiction. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Fact or Fiction
it has the words "you lose" in it, so.
somewhere. It's in the flavor text, right? Every choice is with joy. Well, that's basically the same thing. Sleight of hand.
Sure.
Sleight of hand. Sorry. Apologies. Brahma's isn't bad. I think I just take a Wandering Fumarole on a guess. If we hit Saheeli, we want the Wandering Fumarole. If we don't hit Saheeli, then the Wandering Fumarole is a wasted pick. But it's not like any of these are really going to make the cut.
These are all very bad. Oust. It's like, yuck. Sword would be good, but it's bad.
I'm going to put this Wandering Fumarole here and see if we hit anything. Gideon, land that's good, other land that's good, Snapcaster. Huh. My gut thought is Snapcaster.
Yeah.
Because it opt, sleight of hand, deck and stone sensor, fact or fiction, careful consideration. That doesn't work, but
Yeah, just like Snap Up. It's very good value. Bunch of garbage.
put a sword in the board.
Sure.
Bunch more garbage, kind of.
History of Benalia or Finks for beatdown blockers.
Yeah, we're probably not playing this Pestermite, so history seems fine.
Sure.
Other option is pull from tomorrow as a draw spell,
Ugh.
but we already have some good draw spells, so not too worried about it. Seacrum Coast is nice.
Yep.
And we have one last chance before this gets kicked out. Does it get the kick? Or does it get to stay? It's getting out there.
It's good. Something up.
I
Mine's still good.
Yeah, I like a Mind Stone here. Probably don't actually need this Terramorphic Expanse then. I'll keep the Field of Ruin because that's still very useful. Whoa, that's not how I wanted to do that. What? Sort by rarity? Who does that in a cube? Seriously?
They're all mythics.
Well, no, they're all. There's a random common here, but it is like half mythics, half rares, right? Let's just see that again. So this is my uncommons pile. This is my commons. This is my rares. This is my mythics.
Ooh, the Signet came back.
Signet came back. I'm gonna say put that.
Nickel freaking bullets.
Yeah, right. Brimaz came back. That's actually interesting to me.
Yeah, I'd rather play Burmaz over like Thassa at this point, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say play Brimaz over Thassa, and then there was Felidar Guardians on my on the probably cut because we didn't end up hitting that combo. And we need to cut one more card. This is all just random garbage. So what's the one other card we'd cut?
Sorcerer's Spyglass.
Sure, that's fine. This seems like a reasonable, just like a blue-white tempo-y deck. It's got two pseudo counter spells. Tempestion's interesting, but I don't think we're playing it. Big Garrick. Yeah, no, this deck's interesting. I honestly don't mind it. We actually did have the ability just to randomly splash black off of those.
Yeah.
So we could splash this hostage taker if we wanted to. I'm not certain that's great, but it's like a sideboard option, you know. If you find that you really need it for some reason because they have something impressive that you can't otherwise beat, but
right.
The numbers look right to me. The mana base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it should be almost, but slightly favoring blue. Seems accurate to me. Well, Moto's gotten better at this. It scares me. Does it scare you, John?
No.
No.
It's fine.
The AIs are going to take over, everyone. We'll see you in the next round after we've started to bow to our beat boop overlords. See you in round 1.